Lil Xan taking another L, bro. I don't know what it is about him, but he's like a zombie at this point, like 2016 or whenever he popped off. It was out actually like 2018, I want to say. Basically the peak of emo rap and just degeneracy for SoundCloud rappers, where you could essentially just get face tats, turn on some auto-tune in the studio, somehow have like a little bit of an edgy, actually just get a broken heart tatted on your face, and essentially you're a SoundCloud rapper that's successful, mildly at least. So Lil Xan posts on his Instagram story, I'm sure y'all already saw this, where he was calling somebody a Playboi Carti clone, and he's getting pissed at people for charging him $20K for the feature. These new rappers trying to charge $200K, that's crazy. My guy, y'all copying Playboi. Please stop. Y'all worth it the most. $20K for real, for real. Now, I'm trying to figure out, who is he talking about? It's got to be somebody who's popping off right now within like this scene, you know what I'm saying? Because Carti's definitely worth that $200K, and he's confirming this. Who else would it be? I'm thinking it's Yeat. Because Yeat is I feel like he would be the upcoming rapper that people would want to feature from. And that could also charge I don't know about $200K, because Carti and Uzi, they're more like $200K. I would actually say Carti's like $150, $200. Uzi's like $100, $150, just because of how rare Carti is. I actually think that, we already know Uzi's a bigger rapper, but sometimes feature prices are based on like brand equity. How much are they going to lose their rarity by giving you that feature? And that's why if Yeat, if he charged him $200K, he's not worth necessarily $200K, but he's saying like, yo, I'm not hopping on a Lil Xan feature for anything less than $200K, because he was trying to probably give him something so that he would say no. And he did him justice, like, he's like, oh, you don't want $200K? Okay. It's probably like the Pierre situation where he didn't want to give K Suave the beat unless it was $80K, bro. So it's kind of just like a deterrent. I don't think Yeat could really command a $200K feature, but hey, man, maybe. I don't know I know he's streaming technically total wise more than Uzi, not Uzi, actually. No, I think Uzi's higher than him. He's streaming more than Carti, like total streams wise, at least in the last year, as we've seen that chart. But it's not necessarily about that. It's like, how many streams are you going to get from that feature? And again, the brand equity portion. Somebody else said, NN7774 said Def Lone or Ken. Now, here's why I don't think it's Ken or Lone, because you can't really say y'all copying Playboi if you're signed to Playboi, because y'all are Playboi. They are literally like, no, they're not. I'm not saying they're clones, but like they are part of that Playboi Carti camp. So Carti's label is in charge of like, yo, you're going to charge this much for a feature. I know that the artists and their individual management might do that, but it's still, a percentage of it goes to the label, I think, at least. So I don't think that it's Ken or Lone. And who else would it be? Like, it's not Sofago. No offense, not trying to hate here, but Sofago ain't even getting on the board for first week album sales. So it's got to be Yeat. That's what I'm saying. And then it got to be Yeat because nobody else sound like Carti. Okay, see, there's another thing. So who else do we know that has a similar sound to Playboi Carti? I know it's like Ken and Lone, this whole generation kind of, but we all know that Yeat, especially his fan base and I guess his aesthetic and beat selection, although at this point he's kind of gone on his own way, so this is no hate whatsoever, but we're just going objectively, he is the person, Yeat, that is compared to Carti most. So it's gotta be Yeat. Homicide Gang, it can't be Homicide Gang. To be even asking for 200K, you gotta be putting up numbers. Unless it's like NBA Youngboy or something. But I feel like NBA Youngboy could charge 200K. He was literally like in top 5 on that most streamed artists from year to date. So I don't know. Who else would Lil Xan want though? Young boy ain't new. Wait, these new rappers. Okay, you're right. You're right. These new rappers trying to charge. There's not really that large of a selection of new rappers. It got to be Yeat, Sofego, Ken, Carson, Destroy Lonely. Who else? It's got to be Yeat. Baby Keem. Is Baby Keem even new though? Like I feel like he's been out for a while, since 2020, 2019 maybe. That's when his first album at least started to pop off. So if Lil Xan wanted to, but Lil Xan was going through it at that time. He just now came back to his first performance, slipping and falling on the Goo Lagoon on stage. Somebody ejaculated there and then he slipped. They did it on purpose. It might have been his. He hadn't performed in a while. He got all excited. He got the red rocket like he was a little dog, a chihuahua up there. Summers. Again, no offense, because y'all know I like Summers, but Summers ain't charging no $200K for a feature, bro. $200K. If I was Summers, I would take the $200K. I feel like to charge $200K, you really got to be making bread to say like, no, I don't need you, because everybody got a price, right? Including myself. Not for features, but like to do anything. Like, I'm sorry, but I know y'all are getting on your knees for 10 mil, bro. I'm sorry. Like, if nobody's taking a picture or taking a video, y'all sucking. Don't lie to yourselves. Now, if you're making 10 mil, such as Yeat, you're not taking that $200K for the feature because you don't care. You're like, I made $200K last month. Like, what is this $200K gonna do? So that's where the brand equity portion comes in. So exactly, working with Lil Xan is a huge L at this point. Like, nobody's going through that embarrassment, because a feature at this point, not all features, because sometimes rappers just be taking a bag. You can tell when they get in the music videos and they ain't even looking at the camera. Like, they're scoping out some ass in the back of the studio or like strip club or something. They're like just mumbling the words. They ain't even say. They're not even saying the words. They're just a cameo. So those people just taking the bag. But other features, a lot of times, at least Yeat fans will come in and listen to the Lil Xan song. So he just does not even want to give that cosign. Why would he give the cosign for 200,000? It's like, you got to pay $1 million at least. And I think the only person who's charging like $1 million at this point, and not even really, because I've heard Drake doesn't even charge for features because he really don't even care like that. Like, how much money are you going to give Drake? He's a billionaire, people have said, to get him on your song. Like, nothing. He really just got to mess with you, because what is another $1 million to him going to do? He's just going to put one more engagement ring on his chain. He's going to get another Richard Mille. Okay, he already got 15 in his house. Like, it don't even matter. Trippy's not new either, yeah. And I feel like Trippy, I don't know if he'd given one, but I feel like at this point, let me look. Because they came up in the same era. So Lil Xan, Trippy. Let's see if they got a collab. They do. Baby Goth. Look at Baby Goth. See? That was an industry plant, or at least people were talking about it was. I don't know. I never really listened. I don't think I've heard one song from her, but Trippy is on a song with Lil Xan. So, but at that point, it doesn't necessarily look bad because they came from the same generation. So, you know what I'm saying? Xan's mad at who? He's mad at Yeat. I'm assuming. I don't know for sure. It was a bad time for music. I mean, there was lows, but there was also a lot of highs. I mean, I would say that SoundCloud generation, sure, when you look back, you're like, damn, anybody with face tats and made a funny Instagram video basically blew up. And that was true. However, they had colored dreads. That was the thing. Like, even Icy Narco had like blue hair. Kid Boo had pink hair. Trippy had red. X had the split hair plus the gray at one point, and even the blue. Who else? Juice had like the purple tips, I want to say, or blue tips. There are many others. Y'all know what I'm saying. But I feel like there are also a lot of good music. I mean, we got X, we got Juice, we got Trippy, we got Uzi, we got Cardi, we got a whole bunch of people. So I'd say, even though we went through some bad times, or a lot of the artists have fallen off since then. I mean, it's still a positive in my book. It's a net positive, right? Without that era, we wouldn't have Uzi's. Yeah, exactly. I think just because we got Uzi, Cardi, Trippy, R.I.P. Juice, R.I.P. X just they found guilty for the 3 or 4 people that had the armed robbery and murdered him, unfortunately. Who else? All the people that we still listen to today. Although there were some fallen soldiers like Lil Skies and, you know, Lil Mosey and et cetera, but every era has casualties. Sometimes you gotta have that so that the new guys can step in, like Yeat, Destroy Lonely, Ken. I'm hoping that Sofeo can make it through that Nav tour because they really, he might be a casualty on that tour. It is what it is, bro. But yeah, Zan, I don't know if Zan's been salty, but he's trying to make a comeback. And like, to me, Lil Xan, he might be like 24 years old or something like that. He's just a little bit naive and immature. Like, he just doesn't get it. Like, if you fall off, you almost gotta realize you gotta be realistic of where you are and play the cards where you can. Like, I'm sorry, but if you didn't know that you were not gonna get a solid price from Yeat, you're just stupid. Like, if you shouldn't even have asked. Or when you ask, you know, like, oh, he's gonna screw me over with this feature, so I gotta get my label, and then we gotta run the numbers. Like, we gotta get this many streams to break even for a 200K. Like, you can't even be offended at this point. Like, look at your whole discography, bro. It's trash. Your name is Lil Xan. I'm sorry, but we left Xans in like 2018. It took too many people. RIP to a couple of my friends from home too, because they were laced with fentanyl. Literally. I never understood the whole hype around Xans anyway. Because not even like the laced stuff, but just why do y'all want to be zombies? I'd rather do the uppers. I'd rather be on the tit ski, you know what I'm saying? Be like, or I'd rather be dating Molly. God's Gym says any of you in the comments can sell your soul and get into the industry. They're nothing special. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Don't fall there. Bro, selling your soul is not a thing, bro. It's not real. It's a metaphor for giving up creative control by signing to a label who then has, again, the control, because if they give you $1 million, that's a loan plus interest. And therefore, you got to do what they say because they just gave you $1 million. It's like when you go to a job, like you work at Ben and Jerry's, you're scooping ice cream for them. They're going to be like, yo, mop the floor, bitch. And it's like, you're going to do it because they're sending you money every 2 weeks. And you can choose not to do that, but you technically sold your soul for that bi-weekly paycheck. There's a saying, I think, that says the only thing more addictive than heroin is a monthly salary. It's like you sold your soul. Like, people go to their job 9 to 5 every Monday through Friday, similar to signing to a label. You do whatever your boss / company says to make them cajillions of dollars. Meanwhile, you're making whatever it is, 50, 60K per year, which is nothing bad. You know, you got to start somewhere, or that maybe you got to land somewhere. That's still good money. You can live off that. But you sold your soul. You're not living life and doing a 9 to 5. And granted, I got a 9 to 5 too, so don't think that I'm shitting on anybody. But I'm out here trying to make the bag so that in 10 years I'm maxed out and then I can just go live like Larry anywhere.